Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today in this episode we are but we're going into a different park created by a different user. This is created by an all credit to Quickie Scope 78YT, no DLC, crazy realistic park, so go check out him if you have console edition via the Frontier Workshop. Subscribe to him and rate, and all credit to him. So the description of this park is he's put first attraction, go aboard F25 to explore an ancient underground world and face the fate of the witch. I don't spoil the other attractions is what he says. He says realistic park with lots of details, almost 5 days without sleeping. My next creation will be a sandman. Try Frontier for this game, but we need more. Thank you Frontier for this game, but we need more space. So we have now sorted that out, saying all about that. And here you can see I've entered the park. So I'm walking around looking at some shops. There was a Chief Beef, lots of shops by the main entry plaza. So I went down this big cave area to the first roller coaster, which I think was the F25, which we go on first. And I was just trying to figure out what that was, but it's a staff building. So I went over down the rest of the hill all the way to the first coaster, which is F25. Discover like the ancient witch, and I had a bit of trouble getting under the queue line because I used Plipcam, the cheat to walk like a guest in console edition, because obviously in PC edition it's Tegicam, so they've actually made one compatible for console edition, so that was a bit difficult. But then I ended up getting to this station. It had some great theming. I'm sorry if you can't hear any of the sounds. My microphone stopped recording, so I've got to record all of this again, so you won't get my reaction. So this is the first roller coaster. I can't remember. I think it's the F25. I think it is, but it might not be. So yes, you can see here I was about to speed it up, but I sped it up over the lift hill, and the lift hill was actually quite fast as well. So then we went into the first drop, and I won't carry on babbling. Enjoy the long ride on the F25. So then guys, I hope you enjoyed that ride on the first coaster in the crazy realistic park. Literally it blew my mind, so I went ahead and tried to find that bit where all the lights went on, because I wondered how he'd done that without a DLC, but I couldn't find it, but I think I managed to realise that it was just a bunch of the lights included in the game, triggered and flashing so that when you come past it looks like that. But hats off to this creator, because it's really good. The theming was great, but there could have been a little bit more smoothing applied, but I know that tool's pretty difficult to use. Just in some places it was a bit intense, but still the theming was great, and the lights, literally it was just amazing. So as you can see just some of the rough bits where he or she's not smoothened out. I didn't even realise that piece there that explodes as you come past, but that's a really great added bit that he or she's put there. So it goes into the castle, and I was still trying to find it, but I couldn't find it. So in the end I went on to the next attraction, which is, I think it's another roller coaster that we're going to, but I am not too sure. So let's go and have a look. Right. So as you can see from there, look at the theming in this theme park. It is incredible. Every single detail, the way he's planned it out is just amazing. And yeah, so I didn't go into Plip Camp because it was a little bit crowded, and I had to find my way around the park by using the aerial view. So I wasn't going to take anyone on any flat rides because they're not boring in real life, but they're a bit boring to watch in a video game. So instead we went to the second coaster, which is a Davy Jones. I love the theming on the bit. It's just amazing, the theming work. It's amazing, so we'll go on that in a minute. So then I explored just a bit more of the pirate area, is what it looks like here, and I love that seafood. The pieces of theming are great, and I found a really cool funny Easter egg here, which is just on the left by the side. It was, hang on, it goes over here in a minute. Oh yeah, first of all I figure out that it's actually closed, this ride, so I have to open it. So I just go in there and have a look, and I was thinking, why aren't people going on this ride? It looks great. But then I realised it was shut, so I opened it, and this is where I find the little hidden Easter egg in this area. I'm not sure how it fits with the theme at all, but it's just pretty funny. It's kind of like a little gag, hidden Easter egg. Over to this side, I think you could have just spotted it there. It's a pyramid on the left side, and it's a tea shop. You're probably guessing what's going to happen in a minute. It's a tea shop in the shape of a pyramid called Illuminati. So that was a funny gag that they put in there, which I thought was quite good. And then this is just me waiting down at the Davy Jones for all the people to come and ride this reversed launched incline. I think that's what it is. I can't actually see what it's called, but there's some of the data there. But that's what I think it is. I know it's one of the ones that goes backwards and then launches forwards. So there. Enjoy your ride as you journey. That's not going to rhyme. Let me think. Enjoy your ride, swashbuckling people, as you go on the Davy Jones. I don't know what to say. Anyway, let's get on with the ride. Enjoy, and see you in a minute. And again, the theming's incredible. So then, I hope you enjoyed that reverse launch incline, which I think it's called. But yes, that was incredible. Again, the theming on that ride is incredible. So again, once again, some theming needs, some smoothing needs sorting out. Yeah, but here's the Illuminati that I was talking about. As you can see there, I was trying to figure out what it was, but I couldn't find out in the end, and I forgot to press on the shop. Excuse me. So yep, I hope you enjoyed that ride, and I thought that was great. The theming is inside the station on the roller coaster. It is great, so make sure to check this park out because it is brilliant. So as you can see over here, we're going to this train station. I could see there was a little cheeky add-on he put in here, which was a little bit naughty. Instead of building the go-kart and the castle himself, or their self, they actually fitted in from Oswald B. Thompson Park, which is the one that you build from in the career mode and the one that's in the advert. So I saw that and saw that he'd added that on, but no, it's fine. So yep, so this is the little train station. I had to speed it up because it took ages to come along. But we actually only have one ride to one station because there isn't a lot of areas, but there are some cool areas in this park. So it finally actually comes into the station from the right hand side, and it comes in and then we get on it, but it takes such a long time to load with the passengers and start off, so I've had to speed that up too. So instead of being in like the front with the driver and everything, I just went for the actual guest seat, and we started to speed off down to the area in the station. So you can see here it's starting to go pretty slow, so I did speed it up to the second gear in the game, because it was taking a bit of a long time and it would just be a bit boring, so I sped it up. And then again, the theming is incredible. I just thought it was so good the way it's themed all of the area with all the rock work, the theming, the lighting. It's all perfect. As you can see, again, the building rock work and everything. All the walls are themed and it's amazing. So there is the go-kart. You might recognise it if you played career mode in Planet Coaster, which is basically where you have to complete challenges and you have a certain amount of money to work with. But I do prefer Sandbox because you're more creative and I get more enjoyment out of it than career mode. So then I go ahead and walk around trying to see if there's any more major coasters, and I came back round in a circle until I found this other roller coaster, which is called the Brute. So you'll see that in a minute. There it is, Brutus. It was called that. There was a beer tent there too with no beer in anyway. Right next to Brutus the Ride, sorry. I think he could have done a better job with the path work, but it is difficult when you're working with the paths in Planet Coaster. It is horrendous, the path system Frontier has developed for the game. So we go on Brutus here. I'm not sure what it's about. I think it's about the shark, I'm not sure. But enjoy this launched coaster. So then, I hope you enjoyed the ride on Brutus. Again, incredible theming, and the smoothing improved on that one. I think that was the best smoothing coaster in the park. So we saw an improvement there to this, and here you can see, I don't know why they're walking through the walls, the guests, but here I came back in a circle and it looks like all the coasters have ended. There isn't much left to the park, but I go around the outskirts of the park trying to see if there's any more rides or flat rides that we can go on just before we end off the episode. So I'll just go through to check there's no more rides or anything, or dark rides. It is a shame because nowadays on Planet Coaster there aren't a lot of spooky areas that people make in these parks. I did scour through the Frontier workshop, but some of them were just only themed to spooky, so we might do one of those in the next episode of this. But in the next episode we're focusing on a single coaster, not a whole park, in this series. But here, that is the thing that he stole out from Oswald B. Thompson Park. But it must have taken quite a bit to position it in the right place, so that it fits there. But maybe he put that in before he did all the path work. So now that we have done all of that, I think it's time to go on some flat rides. So I looked around. I didn't think we should go on the Ferris wheel or anything. I looked around at the area. There's some more shops like Monsieur Frites and Chief Beefs, Cosmic Cows. Lots of them around, but there weren't many dark rides. Seeing as this was a no DLC theme park, I expected it not to have a lot of areas because most of them are extra. It doesn't really matter to me because I've got all the parks that I paid for, and I can use them, so it wouldn't matter if it did have all the DLCs. But it is just that it is what it is, but there's not going to be a huge amount. And there weren't any dark rides at all in this park, which I was a little bit disappointed to see, seeing as it was one of the top-rated user park, because the other one was made from Frontier, which, if you didn't know already, are the developers of the game. So I was a bit disappointed not to see any dark rides, but overall this park is really good. So there is a lot of guests, and I'm sorry if the FPS is going quite low. I had to lower it down a little bit because the park was lagging, and it just wasn't great because of the amount of guests. But once I've done this, no offence if you're watching, creator, I will delete this park just so it doesn't lag up my creation that I'm building in my Planet Coaster episodes series. So if you are wondering where to find that, I'll put it in the link below where you can go straight to that video. And I'm thinking about making some playlists soon, so stick around for when they drop. But yes, so it's time to go on a flat ride. And we're going to go on the really large drop tower, which is really high. So I think this will be really fun. And off camera on the same day today, I did go ahead and actually add some things to the coaster. But now I'm going and getting on the flat ride. So now I'm going on the flat ride. And I was going to go on the Ferris wheel, but I do like Ferris wheels, but they just get a bit boring in a video game because you don't want to sit there and watch a simulated park for ages, so I didn't decide to go on that. So instead, we went on this massive, enormous drop tower. I didn't know this was actually in the game. I only thought it was the one that shot up and dropped down, like the one they have at Nickelodeon Park in America. But, so enjoy your ride on this drop tower, and see you after for the ending off. So then, it's time for the ending off. I really love this park, but for this little review, I think it could have done with some dark rides tossed into the mix, because they are available without DLCs, so I was a bit disappointed not to see any dark rides. There was a lot incredible theming, but in some areas it was just a tad plain and a little bit messed up. So just think about that. And the theme was a bit all over the place with different themes, but that's okay. Another thing about this review is I literally love the park layout, the lighting, all the effects you've chucked into there. But I do think that this park could do with a little bit more realism, seeing as it's realistic park. Because as you can see there, I don't think the path would be floating and you'd be able to see the coaster that way. But I don't mind, it's okay. Another thing is, I saw that you'd stolen the building from Oswald B. Thompson, but you know, if I were you, I wouldn't recreate a whole castle. So that's okay, but just think about that the next time you're building a park, if it could be for show. So that is my review on Crazy Realistic Park. Please check out this creator in the Frontier Workshop. Thank you for watching. Link in the description to the Planet Coaster series, and a new one's coming out this Wednesday. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying this channel and want to see more videos and content like this coming out. Stay tuned for the next episode, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave a comment please, it really supports the channel and really helps the channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Check out some other videos on screen if you're staying here for more. Peace.